So welcome back to On the Road Truck Simulator. We're in gameplay number 70 now, which is pretty good now because we're not very far now for 100 gameplay videos of this truck simulator. So it's quite a milestone how far we've actually come since we first played this gaming. Since I said it in the last video as well, you know, we're pretty much making our way through all these gameplay videos pretty much of On the Road. So I hope you guys are doing well. We're still in our trusty Scania container truck as before, and 8x2, I mean 6x2 R410 Scania, of course. So yeah, we're pretty much in. We pretty much continuing off where we last left this from. So. Yeah, pretty much we did a couple of deliveries of the container truck as well, off stream as well, so it's been fairly decent. So as you can tell, we're in raw stock at the moment, and and so we're pretty much in the worldwide shipping, so might as well get ourselves started on something. Where should we go on our journey? Let's go to Magdeburg. Magdeburg is quite a long journey, but we should manage that or Frankfurt even. Magdeburg, Berlin maybe. Magdeburg is quite far, isn't it? Oh, probably a couple of kilometers. Mind you saying that, probably Berlin's quite far as well. Where should we go? We could try Magdeburg actually. There's one there. Magdeburg is a long journey. I don't know how long that would take. There's one to Magdeburg. There's another one to Magdeburg there. So we've got two now, 20 footers. So there we have it. So we might as well we're in position as well. So let's do what we did before. Get these stress locks. We're nearly level 5, just about. That's far now. Yeah, so great, we can track now. We've not had any issues with the truck so far as well, with the overloaded issues. Been pretty what's going on there? Oh, this went off. Tachograph isn't showing. Or is that just me? The light off. No, it is showing. Have I got inserted? Oh no, that's the one. Just accepted the rest time. Oh well, that's the seat now. Right, there we go. Might as well then. We're in the day now. So what we're doing here, lights. So let's head off on the road again. So yeah, working out our livery, our CM headbanger livery, that red and black. Pretty dope looking. So yeah, again, as I say before, it's good that I hope you are still liking this update, and how's the update still been for, and you're still playing it, still finding there's some issues, or if there's issues that cropped up. But I don't think there's very much issues as it used to be. I actually was going to show you something actually. I never really showed you this then, you know, because obviously, you know, my Steam wheel settings always reset to this every time you start the game up. They always go to default. This is the default settings when you start the game up. So this all resets somewhat when you boot the game up every time. So if you quit the game, this will be up to this, back to, you know, as it is, you know, back to this position. So I'm going to sort of adjust these a bit. So I think I'll put the dampening up a little bit, because it needs to be, I think it needs to be up a little bit, doesn't it? What's the best bumper? I'll put it to 340, see how that goes. So yeah, just to let you know, that's my steering wheel settings. Maybe this is the way I'm going to keep it now. Just put a wee bit of dampening on the wheel, because this truck will sort of, you know, slide about a little bit. It's going a bit funny. What's going on? Oh, what the heck's going on in this truck? See that? Oh no, what the heck's going on? I don't know what that was about. This truck just literally slided. The truck literally was sliding there on the road on that hill. Never seen that happening very often. Don't know why. That seems to be an issue still, I guess, then. So we'll just slowly make our way, I'm guessing we'll be slowly making our way out to Magdeburg. Quite a long drive. But we should be able to drive. A heavy truck, isn't it, eh? It's a bit better now, the steering. Whoa, whoa, what the heck happened there? Whoa. See that? What did I just quit there? Never saw that happen. What the heck happened there? The trailer just literally just bounced back there. I just got in the driving and all of a sudden quit something. Yeah, it seems like there's still issues with the truck steering a little bit. I said this in the previous video as well. Like the truck can, the rear steering axle seems to be doing all the work. Still feels a bit strange seeing it doing that. Got a wee bit of damage there. Start the gate, start with this driveway, and it's very damaged. I must have cracked something there when that happened. I must have. I think you could bad it as probably because I hit the steering of the truck and probably cracked something in that to chain it. Don't really see much external shocks really. Not really, I don't really give you this view very often. It's quite good actually, this is quite a good view as well. Third person, get a bit more. So yeah, as I say, update wise, I think there's meant to be another update coming to this game, whatever what I've heard now. There's put another video out there recently, 7X, about on the road, so something about a small hotfix patch coming to fix some of the traffic and improvements. So it seems like they are giving some more updates to this game. Well, hoping there's going to be more updates for this game that are actually going to come out rather than being delayed, you know. But it's not like the actual trucks aren't coming yet. Wanted to see all the trucks, you know, like, the tankers or any of that coming in the game. That's still not really come yet. Oh, it could come to the next patch, you never know, the tankers might come to the next patch, but who knows, it's a wee patch maybe to fix some of the extra issues that are sort of remaining. maybe the truck sounds that are cutting off a little bit needs to be sorted out as well. You just notice that sometimes, and you can probably can tell some of the truck sounds seem to be a bit glitchy and buggy a little bit. Some of it wasn't like that before. We're on this road again, aren't we? This A road. It's going to be a bit of a struggle. That'll be fine. Try and hopefully, or maybe not. Oh no, that's not going to be fine. The sign just steers out the way behind, that's the problem. Yeah, we're on this A road again, this one. We've encountered a few things on this road before, haven't we? Oh, it's not that one. I think we're getting off this now. That van. Yeah, we're just a wee tiny bit there. That's just the wee road going into the town really. That's the one that normally would go on. So quite a long journey on this one, so it's going to be quite a bit of a distance. It should be worth it. Hopefully we get it all in that, so we've getting this ladies to get at the town really, to be honest. Sticking all the lights half the time, eh? So not long till Fernbus comes out, and pretty much Fernbus will be out very soon now. As I'm recording this on the 21st of February, so that's not going to be too long now. So it should be pretty good to get in the Fernbus and play that on the channel. Great sweats and roads and lots of stuff to do in that, I reckon. Fingers crossed it'll be a great game, or potential game to hopefully be in the channel. I think I'm going to put my seat back a little bit. I don't know if this has been adjusted. Just slightly back and slightly down probably as well. Put this back slightly, pull it down a little bit. I think the Griffin logo should show a little bit, that's a bit better. Yeah, so that's coming out very soon, Fernbus. Can't wait to play that. Can't wait to show you guys that on the channel. Lots of stuff to do, I reckon, and lots of buses. I mean, it's the same developers as Tourist Bus Simulator, and you know, I know Tourist Bus Simulator had some racing bus bands from MBM and Neoplan and stuff like that were included in it. But hopefully Fernbus will be hopefully better than Tourist Bus. Let's hope it doesn't end up the same. Hopefully it won't end up the same way as Tourist Bus. Tourist Bus has been real quiet, eh? It's not had any updates. See, we're struggling to get to 80. The other way on this, eh? I wonder if this truck will actually still up the hills if there's ever a hill to climb up on this route. I wonder if it will actually still. You can't even keep this on the road really. So it's difficult to steer the thing. Yeah, I wonder if there will be. It must be got all the issues of the. I'm guessing they haven't fixed the. I'm guessing, as I said in the previous video, they were having. It was the same. It wasn't struggling. There's issues. There seems to be this issue. They've seen the issue still must be present on this truck. The struggling up hills because it's struggling to even maintain the speed. That's just got to 80 now. Let's get the cruise control on. I just think the steam damping might be a bit too much. That's fine, I think. There's Magdeburg signs. I'm going to damage again. It's the hell now. Yeah, so yeah, I think tourist bus will be great to bring on the channel. Lots of things to do, I reckon. Be a long game, big map. I guess it's similar to, like, you know, your truck simulator. Buses instead of trucks. Instead of trucking, it's busing instead of trucking. And it's not very long now until that comes out. Let's go on with this car. This car is actually pulled in front of the bus and pulled back in again. So what's all that? I think tourist bus has got potential. Hopefully it'll be a potential game. Hopefully it won't be in the same state as tourist bus simulator was and that, and you know, gets released in that kind of state. You know, I know they've put some videos up on the Simnet's channel. So it seems like tourist bus simulator is getting more video. I mean, Fernbus simulator is getting more videos up. It seems like they're really putting this out there a bit more. Gameplay, console gameplay. Oh, do that car out. It's not been so good today, actually, the driving today. hit an obstacle, even hit some barrier or something that caused the truck to be like swing out like that. And then damaged in it. It's not going to be a clear one today. So yeah, so I think going to be lots to do in tourist bus. I've seen the videos they've been putting up on the channel recently, then hopefully it's going to be worth it. The only thing I should say about it, I mean, I saw some videos obviously, and some of the AI on the autobahns were static, of the trucks and that. Because I've watched the videos and all the trucks spawned in and they're literally not moving. That's something I would think it's not. I mean, it's a wee thing they could fix, but if that's on the next gen console, then that can't be right. I mean, current gen consoles, surely they can't have issues like stuff like that pop in and it's static. Because I just see that on a couple of the videos, trucks and all that spawned in and they aren't moving. Or just the end of the vehicles on the opposite side of the road. Like, you know, that's, I mean it's something they could easily fix, hopefully, because I mean current gen consoles should manage it. I mean, it can't be a issue really. But the game itself looks really good. I mean, it's on Unreal Engine 4, isn't it? Tourist bus. I mean, Fernbus, I keep confused. Fernbus talking about it. So, that's on Unreal 4, I believe. So it's going to have, hopefully, decent graphics, better than Unity Engine, you know, better than this game. Can't wait to bring it to the channel. For a decent simulation game to bring, spend hours on it. It'll be like on the road or something. I'll just cover tourist bus somewhere as much as this, you know. It's just driving there to city, but obviously you're picking up passengers instead of cargo. And then yeah, you got all the most of the bus brands of Viva going to be there as well. Like, do they actually have Scania buses in Fernbus. I'm sure I've seen the Scania. I'm sure I saw Scania coach and Fernbus or tourist bus. Even Wits was Wits, I'm not sure. I saw even one of them on our video. I'm sure there's a Scania bus and tourist bus. Maybe it was tourist bus I saw it. So definitely maybe Scania is going to be on it. So no doubt you'll see me driving a Scania coach. I mean, I just discussed it in the last video. We talked about Scania V8 in the last video, so we sort of went off the topic about that. And we talked about Scania discontinuing the V8 engine, but yeah, I know at this journey it was quite a long conversation about that. But yeah, this is the tourist bus, and I mean, we're talking about in this one. I mean, Fernbus. So I keep getting, like, even saying tourist bus all the time now, getting really mixed up with which game is which now, because both games are pretty much the same in a way. Same developers, kind of similar map. The buses are the same as well, it's just another map, I guess, bigger map. Yeah, it should be a great game, hopefully. A couple of days now, not very long. Or a few more days, maybe a week or something. We'll be busing, coaching away. So maybe the next video actually, you might see me playing Fernbus. So this could be the last on the road video I might do in some time, but I don't really want to say it's going to be the last video, but I will be back when another patch drops on the road, and I think that's going to be sooner than later. This is going to merge in here. So I will be back with this game, but I just think just for the time being, and there's not very much to really say now about this. Now I've sort of familiarised myself with the patch and sort of seen some of the odd issues with the bugs, but the bugs have been quite minor compared with a lot of compared with it was before. I mean, it was pretty bad before. It's much better state. Maybe that's just my opinion, but we're really going to struggle at this hill here. At least if it's not stolen, at least if it's driving, it would be stolen by now, assuming. So this is a heavy cargo, I reckon, so maybe that's a good point to make the truck slow right down like that. I don't know, maybe it's meant to do that with this cargo. But yeah, we'll probably cover another game. Choose bus simulator. We might leave this game to rest for the time being when we cover Fernbus. And we will get back to on the road, no doubt, sooner than later. We need some time to play our games, don't we? I mean, I played Construction Simulator for a amount of time, and as you probably tell, I played that for like a good 3 months. But not played that for a good while now, haven't we not? Construction Sim. Suburbs. But yeah, I think those games we'll come back to these games, no doubt, eventually. We just need to test it. We have to look at the other games, don't we? Maybe try and get to train, maybe try and play Train Life one day on the channel. I mean, I've got the game, but I've just never had the chance to really get playing it, you know. I want to try and get back into Train Life. I mean, they had a patch, didn't they, recently, what I saw? They had some update. Don't know what it was, but I mean, I saw it was covered by a YouTuber, so I've seen there must have been some hot fix. Because somehow they've had a patch to make Train Life a lot better, you know, because somewhat they improved the graphics on it as well, and one of the patches that they released not too long ago. I mean, Train Life, I think, is quite a good game as well. I mean, I played it a good few times off stream, but I never really got into it properly to sort of know what there was about that stuff. I know it's like an arcadey train simulator, so the trains are made up. So the trains are based on fixed. They might be based on real trains, but made not licensed train models. It's like Truck Driver. So it's kind of like that, but a train simulator. Fictional train simulator, but you're driving in Europe, so it's also based on a European map. I'm going to be a bit cautious here. This then trailer, and this road that we're driving on right now is a bit sketchy to drive too fast with this trailer going over the place. Got to bring hopefully Train Life to the channel. I mean, it has been out for quite a while, but I've just never really been too far without playing it, you know. And then Train Sim World as well. I know that Train Sim World recently announced they released a new ScotRail route quite recently. No, there we go. I'm not going to do so well with this driveway. It's going to be damaged. It's going to be halfway damaged by the time we get to the destination. But yeah, train sim worlds. Fun how recently they released a ScotRail route, a new ScotRail route, and it was the Edinburgh to Glasgow route, which is actually a bit more tempting than the Gaffcat one to get, because I think Edinburgh to Glasgow one, that's the main line to Glasgow. Oh, here we go. Causing loads of damage in this. No, this is going to be pretty skew riff on this road if we're driving on this road all the way, and it's going to be really awkward all the traffic. So yeah, Edinburgh to Glasgow, it's a class 385. Apparently it's the main route to Edinburgh to Glasgow, the main line, and apparently that was quite tempting as well. I would have brought that to the channel, but then I seen it and it didn't look as good as I thought. I mean, it's good that the 385s look great, the class 385s. I mean, the modelling, the trains are absolutely immaculate and amazing. But just the whole route, it's kind of like this, you know. I mean, Train Sim World is kind of like this, you know. It's kind of bare bone, all the bits, all the scenery around the maps of Train Sim World. It's something that they would do to this game is just quickly get on with a route, you know, quick replace assets and, you know, reset. Don't, like, of course if you put too much in the map as well, it would cause a bit of issues with the frame rate as well, so I guess that's one point that they can't make the routes that detailed. But, you know, I wasn't too fast about getting the Glasgow to Edinburgh route for Train Sim World. Now, I never know. I mean, they're trying to fix it right enough, because I do watch some of the road map videos that they seem to release very often as well. There's always a patch for it, a hot fix for it, so no doubt they might fix some of the sounds as well if the trains are off as well. So it was pretty bad the way they recorded the sounds pretty bad on the trains. Like, I don't know what they think, I don't know what they thought, because when you just get up to speed, there's just a wind noise. It's not even got any noise of the track sound, you know. It's not the actual traction equipment, you can only hear at low speed, and then when you get to a speed, it's just annoying wind, wind sound. It just plays when you're at 100 mile an hour. It's a bit. It wouldn't be something I would forget because of the sounds, but I mean, I'll still wait and see what happens. You never know. It was tempting, but I would rather get something a bit more old school, like a Class 91. But anyway, that's all I can say. But it's good that they've actually brought out the Glasgow to Edinburgh route on Train Sim World. So that was something I think I said on one of my Train Sim World streams that I did quite a while back. There's a good few videos on that on my Train Sim World playlist. I mean, I didn't really play very many scenarios or gameplay videos on it, but I did a bit of that for quite a while. I did some routes. Oh, it's going on here. Traffic's going on a bit late, aren't they? Like some of them just ran the red lights or something. But yeah, and just at the time being, at the moment, we're still waiting on this. Hopefully, if the Evs 225, when it's out of 225 comes to Train Sim World, then that would be a bit more tempting. I don't know. Anyway, we'll probably save that for another video. Train Sim. I might get back to Train Sim World. It's going to be a bit. Here we go. It's going to be damaged. The whole shebang. It's probably going to be halfway there. This is a disaster, this one, almost. Driving on this road all the way, aren't we? But yeah, but when Fernbus comes out, I'm going to have hopefully good fun playing that for quite a while. Lots to do. There's lots of, I think there's lots of countries to drive around as well, not just Germany, but then Belgium and Holland maybe. I'm not sure what maps there are exactly. It's a good point actually. I know what Germany I think is in it because I believe TML are German, aren't they? So no doubt, and I'm sure the map that was sort of driving was in Germany anyway, so Germany's definitely in it. But I think our maps are there as well. It's like it's like your Trucksimulator buses. I mean, at least this will be like an actual proper bus simulator, I mean that Bus Simulator was quite decent enough, but Bus Simulator is more of a sort of inner city busing, so you're just driving on a fictional map in Bus Simulator. I never bothered about going back to Bus Simulator either. I don't know why. I mean, it seems like there's started support for that game now as well. I'm going to cause some more damage yet. So bad. I've probably got about 30% damage. It's probably going to be more when I get to the destination. It's ridiculous how much I've damaged the truck since the start of this. If I was on the autobahn, then it would be a bit better, If this wasn't an A road that I'm driving on at the moment, then I wouldn't be having this issue steering it and slowing it down. You can't really keep it in the way and that, so half the time as well when you go in corners. So I'm drifting on the other side almost, you can probably see. So if I go too fast, I'm going to drift into the other side of the lane as well. So now it's fun anyway. it's better doing this than going on the autobahn because it's a bit boring on the autobahn, and this road actually gives you a bit more concentration, you know. It's a good point actually. Concentration is better than sitting in the one straight road, you know. Yeah. Oh, 6%. How did 6% get there? It's going to be damaged. This is not going to go well. I'm almost at level 5, and I could get to level. I can get to level. See, I can get to level 5 if I get a career. If I get more of a career 1, you know. Probably won't now. Half the thing's damaged already. It's a bit ridiculous now. Much damage I've taken now since. And the handle on this truck as well is one of the issues as well. You really have to slow it down. So it's going to take a bit longer. We'll get there. It won't take too long. 99 kilometers. We'll get there. But yeah, I never thought about getting back to Bus Simulator, unfortunately, because I just feel like I feel like I got quite bored of that as well. I mean, it's good that Bus Simulator had Alexander Dennis in it, because I mean, I know Alexander Dennis because they're obviously based in Scotland as well. So of course it's a great point having Alexander Dennis, and I think that's the first and only game, the first one and only game that's actually got Alexander Dennis license in the game. Bus Simulator. So it's like the first game to actually have that brand featured in it. But yeah, it's not had anything for a while. No much bus DLCs or much map expansion we're supposed to be getting. It's like it's kind of fallen in the way its truck driver is falling. You know, it's kind of sort of half dead, but it's not really. They're not really giving us much info on the updates. Well, I think that's the way, you know, communication goes these days. You know, it's all over social media these days. Normally, if something comes up, you know, when they post something up, you know, there'll be a patch for this, you know, and then you wait for ages and they're not really giving you anything for a good few weeks, and you want communication, you know. It seems to be everything these days now. That's where everything seems to be getting. All the information seems to be getting thrown that these days is social media. So if you just check on the socials, or if they got a Discord server, for example, as well, as check on the Discord server if they said anything on there as well. I mean, I don't use Discord, but I know they do that as well. I know it's kind of sort of gaming platform thing, so it kind of gives you that sort of gaming communication, maybe a bit more a group, so you can just chat on there. I never used it, but I've heard of it. I know it seems like it's quite popular these days for sort of getting the word out there as well. I wonder if Bus Simulator has some updates. I would get back to Bus Simulator, but I've really thought about anything to do on it, really. This game seems to be the most played game on my channel, actually, if you just think about it. Because I've played this game for like since it was released almost. I think my first video that I put up was in April 2021. So quite a while ago now, but really ranked up some views, I guess. There's the cattle farm in there. Not far now. If I can get a career 1 here, then I will try and at least try and get a career 1. It's not going to go well, this one. But we're nearly there. So we shouldn't have too long on this. We shouldn't have too much driving on this road. So it'd be quite it'd be good to bring you some more most sim racing games, you know. I really think Fernbus will be potential. I hope it doesn't end up as a tourist bus simulator, you know. Because, you know, if it's been out for a good 5 years on PC, then, I mean, what have they got to add in it, you know, improvements, since the PC versions was released, how bad was it when it was first released, you know, I don't know how bad it was, if they fixed lots of issues since then, and, you know, there's not very much else to add to it. The only game that we probably really need to come to console is Euro Truck Simulator. That's really one game that a lot of you have been saying now is Euro Truck Simulator to come on current gen consoles, or ETS, any proper trucking simulator. These are the two kinds. Unless the other truck simulator is going to come out in Truck World Australia, or is it called something else now? What was it called again? Oh, I've got to damage that again. That's fine. Yes, we're on the autobahn. Yes, this is what we need. I don't want a bit damage anymore. Not far now. Yeah, so I think we need to get some decent truck simulator to come on console, you know. Just in my opinion, this is probably the best trucking simulator I think that we've got, in my opinion. I mean, I prefer this game to Truck Driver, in my opinion. I mean, Truck Driver is also not had any updates, you know, and I feel like this game might have more updates now, and, you know, a lot of you might come back to this game now thinking this will have more potential than Truck Driver. Because Truck Driver is just racked updates since the map DLC. It's just hadn't had anything, you know. Truck Driver in such a long time. But we might have the map expansion out soon, but it just always keeps going on and on, doesn't it? They say it comes out sooner and later, but then it's always the same thing that put up on their comments, isn't it? Sooner you might think in a month or two, but then it goes on and on and on and on. But obviously, what soedesco just seems to do now these days is just post our titles on their socials these days. There's not any Truck Driver information or updates, any of that going around these days. It's never been. The only thing that they really put out there is they launched their Instagram page, like a new Instagram page. Like that's all they put. That's all they gave us. Which last year's all they just done is put an Instagram. They put up an Instagram page, and it obviously says restart your engines or something, or reset the engines. Because maybe you think that's the new game, the new game's coming out, the premium edition or something. It was. Well, most of the screenshots actually were showing actually the premium edition. Apparently, it wasn't the. I'm guessing somewhat is what they want to do with that is just put photos of the premium edition on that page, so you can actually have an idea what it looks like on next gen, current gen, rather than, you know, not doing that, you know, because obviously that's all they're not really gave us anything. What's going on? Something happening. So I thought something happened there. I think something did happen there. I think a car just hit the back of my trailer, but that's a bit strange. So it's not that issue with the AI just want to just come along and hit your truck. But yeah, I don't know what we get for truck driver next. What's the next info? What we got next in store? We need the restate, don't we? That's what we need now, is a restate for the map DLC. That's what most of you would be waiting on. If only we'd announced it by now, surely, you know. We know always say it's coming soon, but they've never really announced a restate for it yet. I mean, it's getting on a bit now, the year. And you would think this year it would actually be coming the start of the year, but it's just getting on a wee bit now for the year as well. Feels like we're going to be waiting for the summer for the map DLC for truck driver. And I just think now the more this year goes through, then I think the map DLC is not going to come out, you know. But yeah, I talk about truck driver too much in this channel, and I'm not playing the game for ages, you know. Truck driver is just, I don't have anything to do on it, but truck driver is just one of these games that's just sort of thing, and just left in the dust pile for now until there's something happens. If they ever keep updating the game, you know, they've never given us any updates for truck driver in the background of the map DLC. So you think like truck driver's sort of finished now with updates? I mean, I hope they do give us some more updates, but it's lacking, unfortunately. Always seems to lack updates, doesn't it, eh? So we're just about there now, we're just about in Magdeburg. We're in Magdeburg, but we're just about at our destination. So I wonder if this could be my last video on the road, but no, I don't think it will be. I always say it's my last video and I'll be back in no time for it. I mean, don't worry, I won't be not bringing this game back to the channel. I will bring it back to the channel, of course. Just maybe with updates are coming now, really, to be honest. And if they can actually give an update every so often, you know, every month or two, then that'd be great, and I'll be back in this game more often, you know, rather than it being 8 months or something for updates before, you know. But with our new team and that, we are restructured developing team, that might help it, that might give us a bit more updates. I mean, one thing they should really just do is just shelve the last gen updates and just give us updates for current gen. I mean, I don't know if that's always a good thing, because I know some of you still got last gen consoles, but you know, if you like kind of want to, it's kind of, I know that last gen's kind of holding us back a little bit now of the games, you know. I mean, this year really we should just focus on next gen games starting last gen games. Current gen games, I keep getting confused. Current gen games and last gen games, because last gen games are sort of in, you know, they're kind of in the limelight now, aren't they? They've done what they've done there. I mean, PS4 was a great console. Everyone was saying it was a great console when it first came out, and no doubt, and everyone will be saying the PS5 gets to a point as well. You know, it's had a bit of a slow start, you know, PS5, but it'll maybe get itself out a bit more this year. It's going to be pretty bad. This damage, I think we've been alright near the end, but I'm not holding my hopes how much we're going to get. 29%. Well, level 5. That's not too bad then. We've actually not too bad as I thought. So we can maybe buy a truck now, can't we? Yes, we can buy an extra truck. If I had to, maybe buy an MM truck. So we can buy another truck. We can hire another employee driver. You know, we could do that now. How's my employees getting on? They're still doing them, aren't they? I kept saying this in the last video as well, so if I pinpoint, why does it not pinpoint to the driver? Sometimes you should just go to the location. It's obviously pinpoint to the location when you hover that, but it doesn't pinpoint to the driver. so you have to kind of move your way towards the driver, which is probably quite far, I guess. Jimmick, he's just there, he's heading in that direction. And Ian, who is he? He's, well, you have to go at the cars obviously, but you have to follow back to where he is exactly. He's quite far, I reckon, as well. I don't know where he is. Oh, he's pretty far, isn't he? So yeah, you have to kind of do that and just sort of show where you are. So the only thing is, they should pinpoint the driver's locations, you know, when you select them there and you're not showing them, you know, that's the thing. So yeah, I'm going to finish this video off then, but yeah, it's been great. It wasn't too bad, it wasn't as bad as I thought, but you know, I've had a bit of damage, you know. Nice to see a truck in this rivalry. I see him headbang a rivalry, so it's good. So I hope you have enjoyed a bit more on the road truck simulator gameplay. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe to the channel. I'll have all the playlists around the screen there as well, including the podcasts as well, so check that out. And yeah, maybe be back with another video very soon for you guys, so bye for now.